Okay, I've been sitting here talking. I've already cut half this out. Unfortunately, I wasn't aware that it was filming the back of my shelves. I hadn't pushed the button to change the view. So unfortunately, if you, I guess I'll have to delete that one. But anyway, what I'm doing is I am making this little box into a Christmas box, and I'm covering it with this paper. I want two of these to be, I need two of them to be done. I want it done, you know, with nice Christmas paper, and then I'll decorate it and everything. And it's just to put this little, I don't know if you can see it from, I gotta go up so that I can see what I'm doing. It's a strawberry color, and I found them on AliExpress. And I have two friends who are, you know, hulling strawberries, especially in the summertime, you know, with a little paring knife all the time. This little thing, you hold it here and you squeeze it open, stick it into the strawberry and let go, and then you pull the hull out. So I got one for each of them. They weren't expensive or anything, and we don't do gifts with each other normally, but I just thought, you know, it's something they can both use. So I ordered them months ago. Thankfully they came like in time. And so what I have been sitting here doing is just cutting through this so that I can get the paper. Oh, I'm just thinking now. I bet you I did this wrong. I should have flipped this over. Doesn't matter, I have more Christmas paper if it doesn't work, or I can use it on the other one that I haven't done yet. But we'll see. It may work, it may not. Although I did put the paper upside down so that it should work. We'll see how badly I goofed up and if we're covering the inside of the box or the outside of the box. But now I did trace around the whole thing, and I did that because I know that there are some people who don't like to use X-Acto knives. And if you don't like to use X-Acto knives, if you trace around it, then you can cut it with scissors. But I like using my X-Acto knife because I feel like I get a better cut. And now, have we cut this one all the way out? And up here? No, not up here. So pull this tape back. I have the it's a YouTube, I think it's by the creators, I'm not sure. Doesn't really say. It's instrumental Christmas music with fireplace 24/7 Merry Christmas. So I've got it on the lowest setting I could possibly have it on, and it still seems to, I guess because my TV's right beside me, maybe. I don't know if I can turn it down any lower. I can try. Yeah, that's about as low as I can go without muting it. So, but I thought, well, it seems to be their version of the fireplace. Now let's see. I knew it. I knew it. Man, I should have done this upside down too. God. Now. Oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, no, it's all totally on the wrong side. But, you know, what the heck, I can still, you know, I can go through here. Oh. Okay, now you're not fitting on this side. Why? Oh, because I had it that way. But, so I can put this here, and I can take my bone folder. Now I may just do this other little box that I've just cut out for something else, because it's not going to be strong enough for what I want. That's why I wanted this on the inside. There, so that's now all scored, but it's not heavy enough for what I want. So what I'm going to have to do then, I don't know if I've got another one of those deer pictures, and I don't want to take the time to go look for it. So with wanting it this way, if I cut it this way, then it should just sit right on top, right? Agree with me, please. I hope you've got enough light there and you can see what it is that I'm doing. I was trying to earlier, Stacy had said she liked the angle I did the test one on yesterday, but the test one I was holding the tablet in my hand, so I can't actually do that when I'm cutting. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to tape this down, and then on this little one here, and here. Now, I'll do the same thing again. So this time, because I had the camera buggered up the first time, you'll be able to see what I was talking about. Okay, I went this way with my pen, and I traced around the whole thing. When it comes down to where the tape is, I just folded the tape back, came down, and then put the tape back to hold it. Then I just trace around the whole thing. And that way, those of you who like to cut out with scissors, you can. But I'll still be using my X-Acto knife. I have used my X-Acto knife for so many years. I mean, I cut a lot too. With things like this where there's a lot of straight lines, and you know, I just find the X-Acto knife so much faster and easier, and go from here to here, and we will lift up the minions. There. Whoops. There. So now the whole thing is traced out, and like I said, you can take it off and cut it with your scissors. I am going to go around with my X-Acto knife again. I'm going to pray that this is going to be right this time. I think it should be. It's funny when you haven't done stuff for a long time, you forget the ins and outs of the easiest things that you used to do. And whoop, I better turn you. And cut. There. Well, Fred's gone to the window. Nico's on the top of the laptop watching the fire. That's kind of cute. Maybe it's making him warm. I was watching a movie the other night and it happened to have this cat in it. And this cat kept meowing, and Nico just got up on the coffee table and sat and stared at the TV. Every time that cat meowed, Nico was like, "What's the matter, buddy?" You know, like, eventually he went right up to the TV to see if he could help out, but realized it was inside and he couldn't get to it, so he likes to watch TV. He always has. He'll sit if something's, you know, moving or you know, it's making sounds that he likes, he will watch it. And you know, he will just sit and stare at the TV. And when I go out, whenever I go out, I leave somebody's YouTube channel running for the cats, because YouTube will automatically keep playing. And that way they have sound, because they're not used to no sound in the house. So it keeps them calm while I'm away. My son used to hate it because I always left my TV on for him. And I was like, well, they're my cats, you know, and they're in my bedroom with the TV on, and they're going to sleep on the bed. The TV is comforting to them, you know. And then I started leaving his TV on too, in case they went downstairs. And his cat liked it. And he's like, you know, and then, I mean, he was only ever feeding his cat dry food, and that's not good for them. And when I was there, living there, and looking after all the cats, then his cat got into the same routine with my cats and thought he was in absolute heaven, because he was getting wet food in the morning and wet food at dinner time. And his cat had a tendency of, you know, having crunchies or whatever, and then he was gone all day. And, you know, sometimes didn't come home till late at night, and, you know, or didn't come home at all. But after I moved in, Cat was home in time for dinner every night, because he knew he was going to get some good canned food. And yeah, he became, my son was like, "What are you doing to my cat?" And I said, "Treating him like he should be." He says, "But I had him trained so that he was only on dry food." And I said, "Yeah, but that's not good for him. He needs wet food as well. It's good for them to have the wet food." And he goes, well, he gets water. And I said, that's not the point. You know, they, you know, eat too many crunchies and it's bloating. And so this way they don't, you know, they get half a can. Well, with the 3 of them, it was like, you know, splitting a can into thirds and on 3 plates. And because at first they didn't like each other. And my mama cat, China, she beat the crap out of him the first time he went near Nico. And I think him and Nico were just playing, but she thought that Nico was getting beat up. So she went after Killick. And she beat the crap out of him. She was like in a blind rage, like because she, all of a sudden, Nico moved behind her and she turned around and started wailing on him. And he went running like, Mama, Mama, what are you doing, right? And I'm like, China. And I finally had to grab her. And it was hard because she was in a real rage. She just, I don't think she could see anything. She was just reacting to him hurting her baby. And so I grabbed her when she was after Nico because he went and hid because he didn't know what was going on. And I just grabbed her by the scruff of the neck and I said, China, that's Nico, that's your baby. You don't hurt him. And then she was growling and I said, you stop it right now. You don't hurt Nico. And then she looked down and realized who she had been hitting. And she just settled right down. But Killick was gone. I mean, he took off. As soon as I grabbed her, he was up the stairs and gone. And he was meowing at the back door to be let out. And she wanted to get up to that back door so bad. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. And so when poor Killick did come home for dinner, he would always sit outside the door. He'd meow, let you know he was there. And I went to open the door for him, and she came to the door, and Killick ran away. Like, he took off. He was not coming in while she was at that door. But every time poor Killick tried to come in, she made sure she was at the door. So finally, I had to pick her up when Killick was at the back door. And if he saw that, you know, she wasn't on the floor, he would come in. I felt so sorry for him. And but they finally became friends. And okay, now what have you got that you're eating? You're not supposed to eat Minion tape. No, not good for Fred. Not good for Fred. No. Bad. With a thunk, right? Fred, don't you get into anything, Fred. No. No. Okay. There's that piece. I'll take all the Minion tape off and throw it in the garbage so that the Minion eater... Listen, you little fart. If you're going to be bad, you're going to have to get down. No. Don't you give me the stink eye. Okay, so now there we go. That fits on top of that just fine. One little piece here that's showing the pen mark. I don't want that. There. So there, once I get that on, that's going to be pretty. And then I have a surprise of what I'm going to do on the outside of each box to give it a little added decoration. Now I think that I am going to, oh, there's another minion. Gotta take the minions off. Yeah, we'll put that little minion up there, 'cause he's a whole minion. So I'm going to glue stick the back of this paper, and then I am also going to use my Elmer's glue, which is in the Aleene's bottle, just because the cardboard of the box is kind of shiny and it's heavier, and I really want this to stick down and not come undone. So I will do it this way. What did I do with that? I'll just use this, I guess, just so that I can. I just want it to get a really good grab so that it doesn't come up and come off. What have you got, Fred? No electric cords either. No. God, you're being bad today. What's the matter with you? Mom hasn't videoed for a few days, so you're like, I can get into all this stuff again. Yay! The answer is no, you can't. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. Get my sleeves out of the glue. I don't want a whole lot on, but I am going to, I think, spread it with my, spread it down with either a credit card or my cloth that I have here. And that way it'll, stay right to the edges and stuff, which is what I want. No, that's not for you. Okay, now, let's see it going down this way. If this will work. At least get it down that way. Flip it over and adjust everything and make sure none of the orange bits stick out.
No? Do you have this thing about minions, Fred? Do you like the minions? Huh? You must do. You keep grabbing them all morning. Hmm? You must really like the minions, huh, buddy? Hey, buddy. I know they're kind of cute, though, aren't they? Well, let's make sure we're still taping, yeah. Yeah, I didn't need that glue, Fred, but thanks anyway. Now I know where it is. There. So now with this, because it's on the cardboard, I can do this. I can take the bone folder. Do all these ones, so they'll all be nicely folded down, nice crisp edges. What have you got? Mommy said no cords. No. You're gonna get a shock. Bad. Not for Fred. No. That's not for Fred. Bad boy. No, Mommy doesn't like getting in trouble, but you start fighting back with me. That's what I did the other day. I gave him a whap on the butt because he was getting into something that was really harmful for him. And I smacked him on the butt and he turned around and he just wailed on my hand and my arm. It was like, how dare you hit me? And he just let me have it. Then he got another smack on the butt and he just sat there and I was sitting on the couch and he just waited. And just before he was ready to take off, all of a sudden his paw came up and just whacked me like that and he went running. It's like, you little fart. Now, I want this. This is just gonna go in here. And this, I think I may use my. I think I might use my double tape tonight. Yeah, I think I will grab a roll of my double-sided tape and use that here. Fred, you be nice. Nico's just coming to say hi. Hi, big guy. You know what this stuff is, don't you, buddy? Yeah. You've been watching Mommy use this for years. Huh? Yeah. I'm gonna go by Fred. Fred. You gotta stop being so jealous, buddy. Fred, no.
We have another dreary, dark, rainy day out there today. We had very nice weather. On Wednesday, I went to pick my girlfriend up because she had to go to the doctor. And her doctor hasn't been answering her questions properly. And I said, well, you need to get tough with him, you know, like, because sometimes you got to do that with doctors. I said, I've had to do it with a couple of mine. Just like, I need answers and I want them now. And, you know, like, so she said, would you come to the doctors with me? And I said, damn right I will. And so I went with her, and he's like, and who's this? And she goes, this is my sister-in-law. Because basically, you know, like, her husband was my very best friend. And he was like a brother to me. And so, you know, I do consider myself her sister-in-law. And the rest of her family is back in Ontario. So there was really, you know, I'm the only one here to help stand up for her. And so we went to her doctor's office, and she introduced me and stuff, and she asked him a couple of questions, and he was answering things about tests that had been done and all this other kind of stuff. And I said to him, I want her in. I said, what's going on with this? She's supposed to have a cardiac ultrasound, and it hasn't happened yet. And I said, what's going on with this cardiac ultrasound? Why hasn't that gone through? I said, even though you've put a rush on it, there's, you know, slacking on it. I said, isn't there anything else that you can do? And he said, well, he said, what I'll do, he said, I can phone them. If there's any cancellations, she can be put on the cancellation list. And I said, good, do that. And he said, okay, I'll do that, you know, as I'll have the nurses call. And I said, please have them call today. And he said, I will. And then, and I said to him, I also want her to go in to see a cardiologist. And he said, well, you know, that's kind of all going to depend on what these tests show. And I said, no, it's not. I said, I'm not going to let what happened to her happen to my brother. And he went, your brother? And I said, yeah, her husband, Billy. He was my brother. And I'm not letting what happened to him happen to her. So I want her in to see a cardiologist who is a specialist in heart. And I said I would like her to, I told him the name of the doctor I wanted her to see and everything. And he goes, oh yeah, I know him. He's really good. And I said, yeah, he is. He's very good. I said, he's my cardiologist. And my girlfriend pipes up and said, yeah, she had a heart attack. And this is who she sees and trusts. And I said, yeah, so I would like her to see him. And I trust his opinion. And okay. That's cute. Now, I think we'll use the double-sided tape here too, maybe. Yeah. Don't want them opening that end. And they won't, because they'll realize what the proper end is once I'm done with this. So anyway, I just didn't let him get away with shit. I just like, this is what I want you to do. I want it done fast. I want to make sure she's okay. I'm the only one here to speak up for her. And that's why I'm here today, is because I don't believe things are moving along quite as well as they could be. And I said, you know, why did it take so long to have another doctor suggest liquid iron for her instead of, you know, the iron pills that aren't helping? And he goes, well, there's criteria that you have to meet to be on the liquid once a month. And I said, and how many times has she met that criteria? And you still haven't done it. So he says, well, we have to do another blood test and see what her protein, her iron levels are at and stuff like that. And I said,
Yeah, and you know right now that, you know, her iron levels are going to be good because she just had another blood transfusion. I said, this has been going on for way too many years. And because she's just had that blood transfusion and, you know, is taking the iron, you know, diligently the way she's supposed to, you probably won't get the requirements that you want. And he said, well, maybe not. And I said, well, Ten, maybe you should just find some way of expressing to the people that make this decision that because of the amount of blood transfusions that she's had and that the iron still isn't holding in her system, that there could be a better way to do this, and that maybe the once a month iron is the answer. He says, well, I can try. And I said, try hard. So we walked out of there and she says, boy, you don't pull any punches, do you? And I said, no. I said, especially when it comes to your health, why would I? You know, she's 71 years old now, and these guys are just dicking around and not really paying attention to what they're doing. And that's not a good thing. You know, like they should be paying a lot more attention to her. And now, it's not like that, just white. Okay. All right, so now I need to go grab a couple of punches. I will be right back. Now for this little guy, I just want some, what the heck is that? It's a 1.5 inch punch, a 1 inch. I believe this is a 1 inch as well. Now I'm debating a little bit here. On this. Because this one has, oh no, it's blue. Let's see, I think the 1.5 should. Let's give it a shot here. I hate it when you have to go in so far just to get the image that you want. They're so hard. They gotta make them easier to push upside down like this. those of us with arthritis don't do well with these. Okay, let's just... twist and turn on me. My goodness, you. If you two are going to start your NASCAR race, go away. Seems like it's NASCAR time in the house now. This new full moon that's coming up is supposed to be a dandy. It's called it's called the full cold moon. And it's supposed to be dandy moons. And boy, when there's dandy moons with these two around, it's just, oh my goodness. Oh, couldn't find my glasses. They were on my head. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these little circles. I'm probably going to have to punch some more. But I'm going to take what I have here and see first. Now, I've done this on on a baby card and made a rattle on the baby card, and I've done it with a baby card for with a baby bottle, and I've done this same technique of folding them in half so that it becomes a 3D rattle on a 3D baby bottle, and it looks really cool. So I thought, well, I need something to put a little tag on. You can actually use these to make little Christmas ornaments for your tree too. You can do them bigger, do them smaller, do them whatever size you like. You can also do Christmas trees. This one is, I have a die cut of different Christmas ornaments, and I have used those and punched out a whole bunch of them and then made them 3D like this as well, and they look so cool. So what I need to do now is just see. Oh, I folded them the wrong way, of course. Of course, just because I like the color of the paper. Well, that doesn't take much to put them back the other way because they're already folded. Oh, no, I already did you. So I don't need this to be super huge on this little box, so that's why I was undecisive on what size of punch I was going to need. Where are you? Now you can use hot glue to do this, but I don't want to pull my hot glue out right now. I want to pull my glue gun out. So I'm just going to do them this way. And just stick one up against the other. And don't start shaking now, thumb. Yeah, hot glue would probably be better because it dries faster, but I'll do it this way so my thumb doesn't shake so bad. So my thumb shaking is what's moving it all over the place on me, and I don't like it. I just wish I knew there was something they could do about that, but unfortunately I haven't heard of anything yet.
It's like you bring it up with the doctor and it's like, well, it's muscle damage from the car accident. Well, I know that, but isn't there something that can be done to stop it? It's very, very annoying. But it's probably going to be something I'll have to live with the rest of my life, and that doesn't throw me all that much because it really does make it hard to do the things that I like to do. Oh, is that going to be big enough? No, I want it a little bit fuller than that, so. It's quite pretty music that YouTube has put on this fireplace. At least I think it's, well, it says YouTube, so. There's 8,065 people watching it right now, so. Yeah, it doesn't. Where's my mouse? Let's go down and see. Soothing and relaxes. I assumed it was a YouTube thing. I don't know. I can't see anything on there. It's very, very nice music though. Just musical, no words. It's very pretty. Nice to have in the background while you're Christmas crafting, and you know, if YouTube's the one that put it up, I think they did a very nice job. Let's see, how are you? No, you guys aren't supposed to glue together. Get out of there. Oh, come on. One of them went rogue. Now it's mucked up the others. Okay. Let's take this and wipe that glue from there. Let's see if that makes a difference. There. Let's see. Okay, don't be shaking hand. Yeah, I think I can add a couple more in there. I want it to be nice and full, so keep your butt going there, Fred. You can sleep on the papers, but don't you get into them. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You're gonna have a drink of water. I need to hold the glass. Listen, do I have to put you down? Hey, stop it. Well, we got two more here, so I think I'll use the other two and put them on as well. And hope that that will help make a difference, just to get it a little fuller. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Cool thing is, if you used, well, you could use even craft paper or whatever. Even like this, you could do different sizes and make a little snowman. And this, but I just want to make a Christmas bubble on there, so that's what I'm doing. And then once the bubble is done, then
we need to do a little tag of some kind. I wonder if I've got a tag someplace that I can. Fred, you're not getting into trouble, are you? Hmm. Are you enjoying that fireplace, Nico? Is that pretty? Yeah. Okay, so there. Once these two ends are glued down, these other ones just kind of gotta separate these so that they'll dry without that glue impeding them some. So I want them to stay open. See, when it's this way, it's like a little Christmas tree ornament, and all you'd have to do is open up the very back piece here, put in a piece of string of some sort, or a little piece of gold cording or whatever, and you've got a little ornament for your Christmas tree. Now, like I said, you can make them any size you want. These are 1.5 inch. You can make them 2.5 inch. It would make a really nice one for the tree and be quite pretty. So I'm going to let this just sit here for a minute. I'll let it roll around or whatever it's going to do, just so that they stay apart from each other until I am ready to put them on. And I will go ahead and oh dear, he just settles down and now I need to move him. Almost getting dry there. Now, with this paper over here. Now, Fred, Mom needs the paper you're on. Now, can you get off there? Off you go. No, I didn't say you could chew it and eat it. Get off. Get. You can sleep on it if you like, but no chewing. No. No. Uh-oh. You better run. You better run. Okay. You can come over here. Phantom. Nope. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Now with this paper, I have this. I have the poinsettias. And then I have the candy cane stripe. Well, kind of. You know, it's like red and white stripe. I'm not sure. Listen, I didn't make that ball for you. Jeez, I can't win around here. I really would like to use this side. Where's my white pen? That's what I need. I need my white pen. I'm gonna put this over here away from you. And then I need the other box. Where did I put it? There it is. I hope my girlfriends really appreciate the fact that I had to eat 2 boxes of these just to get the boxes. Oh, and look at that, there's still one in there. I have that now. They kind of have a really strong glue on here. And you kind of have to. Well, this one came up really nice. rid of the other ones. I had to break them in pieces on the other one. There's another one on this end too. I'm not throwing things on my floor, guys. I have a garbage can right there. So I have been known to miss, so, but at night, every night in the last week, Fred has, you know, like he has seen me throw things in there all the time. And he's got this new thing where he wants to dump it out to see what's in it. Which is not fun, because he won't give up. And he likes to try to, okay Fred, no Fred, please don't. He likes to try to jump up onto my paper rack, which is quite a dangerous feat because of how high it is and how much paper's stacked on the top, and 6x6 pads and 8x8 pads and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out, okay, we're gonna go this way. Let's see if we can, they don't make these easy to take apart, let me tell you. I have to be very careful because I don't want to wreck it. There, okay. So we'll just glue this little piece back down here because it needs to be there for strength. Not that they're going to see the inside of the box or anything, but it's like away all the evidence of the chocolate mints. And okay, so now we learned the last time to do it this way. Now we need to bring out the minions again. And hope that my minion loving little cat here will kind of let me get, okay, I had the beginning, where did it go? It's the only problem with washi tape, you don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to start folding the end of it just so that I can find it again. There it is. I do that with my duct tape and other tape too, is I just take a little piece and fold it down like that, so that way I can always find the beginning again. Okay, so you should put that right up against the edge. It's one less thing to cut, isn't it? Yeah. There. No, that didn't work. Hello, big boy. Hello, big boy. What can I do for you? Hmm? You want to go to the other side? Okay. Now I'm going to put this one here. Down here. You leave Nico's tail alone, you little fart. You're such a little fart. There. So I think that'll be good enough. Oh shoot, and then I did it again. There, I'll fold that little tiny lip down and then I'll be able to find the beginning again. Now, oops, sorry, Nico. So sorry, Nico. I just bought a new white pen because I could not find. Still. Better be white. It's supposed to be white. Okay, just trying to get this off. Make sure I didn't get through. What's the matter, big boy? Doesn't seem to be coming out white. Okay, what we need here is some that is not white. What is going on? This is supposed to be a white pen. It almost looks like a glue pen, though. What does that say? It's Sakura. And it's a glaze. That's not what I wanted. Let's see how it's going to do around here on the... Hello, big boy. Hello, big boy. What can I do for you? No, this is not a white pen. God. That's what I wanted. It was a white pen. That's why I bought it. Now it's not white. So, I'll have to dig into my Posca pens for a white pen, because I used to have, I still do have all the Sakura pens. The only one I couldn't find was my white one, so when I went to my friend's store to get one, I said, "Is this a white one?" She goes, "Yeah, that's white." It's not white, it's glaze. Whatever the heck that means, I've never seen that before. Yeah, that's white. That's white. That'll work, so. Oh, damn. And then you have to be so careful with the Posca pens, because if you touch them within the first 5 minutes, oh darn, come on, they can smudge, and they don't dry instantly. They take a few minutes to dry, so you need to be careful with them. So I will just do my best here. I wrote that, we stopped. I don't know why. The only thing you missed was me going around the box with a white pen. Haven't done anything else yet other than open the box up and then go around it with the white pen. And it's looking by the looks of things that I may have to upload this to Movie Maker. And this should have way more room on it. I don't get it. Maybe it only lets you tape for a certain amount of time and then stops if you don't refresh it or something. I don't know, but I mean, for an empty tablet, I would think that it would have a little more room in it. So I will keep an eye on that thing now, because now I'll be worried that I'm off screen. If I have to, I will pull what I have into Windows Movie Maker and then just restart again. Like, not all over from the beginning, but I'll start from where I am when it goes off. Hopefully it won't go off. And I don't really want to rush too much, because if I do, I'm gonna screw something up, and I really don't want to do that. So we went this way, and I'm pretty sure I went down this one. It seems like it's not. There we go. There. Yeah, it's still filming now, so I guess it just wanted a refresh or something. Maybe it's because I don't know if it's set to go off after a certain amount of time. I don't know. This new tablet has been really a pain, you know, a real pain. No, you have come and moved again. No, I don't want that. Darn, something tells me we're going to be in trouble with this one. And this is the pretty paper. Okay. Just quit going off here.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had too much saved in the camera device area. Too many things, so I uploaded what I've already done to Windows Movie Maker, and then deleted it from the tablet, and now I have space again. So, come on, get back on there. You darn thing. It's jumped around on me a couple times here, and I don't know. It's just being a pain. I almost finished cutting it out, and then had to do the uploading stuff, so this shouldn't take long. I think I got one piece left here to cut. And that's it, I believe. Is there a piece up here? Oh yeah, there is two. One more piece here. There. That should be it, I think. Oh, one more little one. Yeah. There. Okay. So how are we fitting here? Pretty good, I guess. Because part of it's going to be folded under anyway, so now it's just a matter of taking off the pieces of Minion tape that we have on here. And I can stick them up here if the cat doesn't get too wise and see them up there. And then use them again on something, Fat Fred or something. I should work on Fat Fred. I haven't done him for a long time. And I should get some stuff done. And mind you, I didn't put a year on Fat Fred because well, I started him so late. I thought there's no way I'll get all this done in 2018, but you never know. You know, I've done some stuff in him that I actually haven't taped. Sorry if I'm jiggling you all over the place there. It's just putting try and steady you, putting the tape up on the top of the camera holder there. It's just
jumping all over the place.
Okay, so we'll do the same thing we did last time. And I will use this glue, and then I will also use the Elmer's glue, which is in the Aleene's bottle. Only because Elmer's glue is what I had, and it'll probably be what I get next time too, because they have the gallon bottles of it here. Whereas, I've never seen a gallon bottle of Aleene's anywhere. But I do like Aleene's glue. She makes nice glue. Just, unfortunately, I have to buy whatever's budget friendly, so, there, and then we will put your lid on and get this guy cleaned off, and we'll go around him. So happy that this large tablet is now uploading. I just have to keep remembering that I have to, because it didn't there for a second a minute ago. I just have to keep remembering to hit the thing for transferring files. And, you know, I wish I could get that to just stay on permanently, because pretty much that's what this is for. But I guess when it's actually videotaping, it goes to a different, it goes into the USB format or some format, and then when you want to upload it, you have to switch it over to transfer the files, and then it'll take it into Windows. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry you can't come through here right now. You're just gonna have to hold your horses. So my girlfriend called me last night and she said, I bought something for the kids. And I went, what? Why would you buy things for my kids? You know, like what's that all about? You know, because we're estranged. And it's like, she says, well, you've been calling the cats your kids lately. And so she said, I just thought I'd call them kids. And I said, well, you really threw me. You know, I just wasn't sure what was going on there for a minute. And she bought something for the kids, my babies. And I said, oh yeah. I said, so what did you buy them this time? Because she would love to have a cat, but unfortunately where she lives in the seniors place she's in doesn't allow them, which is really sad, because she's in the independent living cottages. And, you know, they should be allowed to have a cat if they're able to look after it, and it's not an outside cat, because I know one little old lady goes, oh, the cats they let cats in here, they're gonna chase away all my birds, because she has all these little bird nests and bird houses out and stuff, and so she was afraid that that would happen. And yeah, but everybody else was like, no, we want indoor cats, we don't want outdoor cats. And it just never came to be. And it was quite sad, you know, because there's a lot of people out there that, you know, they would do so much better with a pet, you know. And my girlfriend, she always had cats too, and then she moved in there, and it was just shortly after their cat had passed away that they moved in there. And at one point in time, I believe they did allow them, and then they changed the rules to no cats. There, that feels nice and flat now. That's good. So now we will do the folds. Yeah, it's still taping. That's good.
pushing glue out more. That's okay. Don't mind that. This one. Do these guys. Oh, don't you eat paper either. Come on, Nico, you know better. Oh, you're eating a Minion too. What do you think they are, snacks? Come on, stick down. There. Ladder, big guy. Now we'll do our double-sided tape on the edges here again. So, this is like a quick, easy little... Doesn't seem like it when I've had to stop my video device, but it is very quick and easy. Especially when you don't have to fight off the cats and stuff like that. And you just want to relax. And I'm not rushing. I don't like to rush when I craft, because then I screw something up or put something on it that I didn't really want on it, and you know, so I'd rather just take my time and enjoy what I'm doing. What have I got going on here? It's a bit of a trim here. Yeah. Put the lid on that with him walking around here. And then I'll take this tape off and this tape off. Sorry, buddy. And then bring this over. You can even take this and give it a good rub down like that if you want to. I think it's okay doing it this way. Thank you, Fred. I'll throw that away so you don't get sick, okay? Yeah. Don't want no sick kitty cats. No sick kitty cats. Okay, and now that is my tape. There it is. Nice of you two to put up that fireplace with the Christmas music on it. It's very relaxing to craft with it. And it's not like overpowering. It's just the musical, no words, no nothing, and it's very nice.
They should do that every year. I don't know, maybe they do. This is my first year, so I don't know if they have put it up before or not, or there's my guys. That's what I was missing the last time. These. Take the Ziguang tape off. Put that down. Put that down. And there's my box. And this will be the box opening. And I've already put the slit in the box. So hopefully it will just slide right in. Oops, what happened here? Don't know what happened there. There. That's very pretty. I like, sorry if I took it out of your way. That's a very pretty one. I like that. Now what I want to do with this one, let's see, we used a 1.5 inch circle for the other one. So better if I want green. I think I want a type of a green or a music sheet. Let's see what I got here. Anything. Sorry, I'm just over here at my paper rack. Here's the perfect one. This has green on both sides, and then on this side it has green and white. So I think the green and white side is the side that I'm going to use, and I just need to, oops, didn't get that right. That's okay. It's already cut in triangles too. Ooh, that's cool. That could work really well. Let's see. How big are they? 1.5. Oh, those could work really well. They could work really well. So sorry, I don't know why that turned off. There's no reason for it. There should be lots of space on there now that I have, you know, deleted all the other videos. So I don't know what happened there. Unless Fred knocked the plug or something. I don't know, but there should be tons of room in there. I don't know, I should be able to finish this whole video without any issues right now. And that seemed like that only taped for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, if that. But, shoot. Okay, so I'm just taking these and just scoring them at 1 inch to get them to go up to the point. And that way the point is, you know, fairly well even all the way across. Now I've cut out a couple more strips just in case. I don't know exactly how many of these I am going to need, but I will start putting them together because if this tablet's going to be screwing up on me, I don't want you to be left hanging with not knowing what I'm doing. So we're kind of doing the same thing that I did with the circles, only we're doing it with triangles. You know, some of these triangles may be the different size than the other ones. I don't know. I'm hoping not too much so that it will work. And this should build us a little Christmas tree. And like I said, they're really not that much work, and they're very effective on a card, on a present. You can even put them, like when you open the card, you can put them on the inside. If you've got a die that you really like the shape of, or you know, something like that, then, you know, like I said, I have that one, the one die that I'm thinking of I have is Christmas ornaments. And they're very pretty. They're the old-fashioned type Christmas ornament kind of die. And it would be very pretty done this way. I have done it, you know, just as a single ornament, and they're absolutely gorgeous. But you could do this as well with those ornaments. Just cut enough that you can make it go this way. See, there it folds out. I might have to do some trimming in there, I don't know. They don't seem to all be the same size, which is a bummer, but we'll do our best and then clean it up after as need be. And they're not all the same size. That's unfortunate. I should have done it. I guess if I'd have done it the other way, I would have had a lot more success. You know, by cutting them in squares and triangles, it would have worked out better. But these were in triangles, and I thought, well, they should work, you know? But not everything does what we want it to do, so we just adapt. Adapt to the situation. So I can take this and stand it, push it this way. Okay, buddy, there's glue all over the table. Can you go somewhere? I'll put this down so that you can go somewhere, okay? That's a good boy. Okay. Now don't want you going back and forth, so you go back that way. You stay right there, okay? Now I think I've got one left here. Oh, is that your mailman? We got mail on a Sunday? What the heck? Wow. Post office is working extra hard. Thank goodness. It is Sunday, right? Yeah, it is Sunday. Well, that was a surprise for all of us, so okay. So let's see how our little Christmas tree has turned out here. We're gonna have to let it split open and dry too here, so that it's not sticking where it shouldn't be sticking. And this should not be sticking. So what I will do with this one is just trim this base. I better use my other scissors, they're sharper. There. So now that looks like a cute little Christmas tree.
Well, we sure weren't expecting the mailman on a Sunday, were we, Nico? No. That was totally unexpected. So now, on the flat parts here, when this is on here, that'll be a nice little Christmas tree. They just have to be left open to dry. That's cute. I can even just, stick it in a corner so that it's a little wider than I'd like, but it's okay. It's only going to be on there for a short time. But I can put the little Christmas tree at the bottom, maybe make some little presents to go under it, or a container to hold it, or something like that. And then on the insides we'll go this little guy, and it'll be stuffed with tissue paper and whatnot. Still seems like it needs something to me. Well, let's have a look-see here. Since this just came in the mail, let's have a look and see what I got from AliExpress, because I am waiting for stuff that was ordered like 4 and 5 months ago. So, what is this? Twine. I got twine. Okay, don't need the twine right now. Hey, you need to give it a rest. Got it? Now the other thing I can do with this little Christmas tree, once it's, on and situated, is I just noticed over here I have a little piece of bling sitting here. And I could put little pieces of different colors of bling on it to simulate lights or whatever. I'm not going to do that right now because of you-know-who, and also because this isn't quite dry enough yet. So I want to let it dry. And but we'll go back and we'll see. Where did I put that now? Did you take it? Did you take the Christmas ball and run? You wouldn't do that to your mommy, would you? No, you wouldn't. There. So there's this one. Oh, look at that one, could go on there too, and the tree could go on this one. Oh. Wow. I don't know if I like which one I like better. They both kind of go with each other, don't they? Okay, this is going to be a conundrum. This looks kind of cute on here. No. There. And then find the two pieces that are blank. There we go. There they are. I sort of like that on this. It's kind of cute. Now, like I was saying earlier, I could take just some like gold ribbon or something and then glue the whole thing together, and then that would be something that they could hang on a tree. I know my girlfriend puts up a tree once in a while, but I don't think she did this year. She used to do it every year, just a little tiny tree in the corner, and I don't think she did it this year. But I was out the other day, but she hasn't been well for the past few days, so like, she doesn't need the extra burden of trying to put up a tree, and I'm certainly not putting one up. Don't have room for one anyway. I mean, I used to put up a 6-foot tree every year, but yeah. Since my kids are gone and everything now, and I never see them, and I never see any other family, because we're basically all estranged
I don't really, this will be the first year that I'm actually going to go someplace for Christmas. Haven't really done that. But I'm going to this year. Going to a friend's up island and have Christmas dinner with them. And yeah, I'm in a conundrum now. I don't know which one to put which. I kind of like this tree on here. Wasn't that something? And then with this, I mean, once this is all tacked down and everything, I can add something up top. I think someplace I have some stars. Put a little star on it and put some bling inside to make it like a little Christmas tree. Well, it is a Christmas tree. What am I talking about? It is a Christmas tree. This little guy, though, could use maybe a couple pieces of bling on it, just to give it a little sparkle. So what I might do is just glue this one down. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this glue. Because this box, I mean, it can always take, I mean, the paper's kind of Christmassy, but not 100% Christmas, I guess you would say. There. You know what? I should have put some down here. Those can sit. My own version of a heat gun. I want you guys to stay down just for a few minutes and stick. Oh, or my babies are going to sleep now, are they? Finally got used to mommy doing something today. Good. There. Now once those are good and stuck down, then I can add little pieces of bling. I think to Fred this is like having a bedtime story, because the more I talk, he gets calmer and calmer and does like he's doing now and closes his eyes and goes to sleep. I don't know if you can see him. Let's see. Can you see Fred? There he is. He knows I'm moving the camera, so I can't figure out what's going on. But he's all sleepy-eyed now. And he goes wondering what the heck I'm doing too, so. Okay, guys. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. Are we in focus for you? I hope. There. Look out, Nico. Look up. Mommy needs you to keep going. Keep going. I think that might be what happened that shut this off is like he could have come by. He could have hit that button on the side with his tail, because he's got quite a whack to his tail. That might have shut the thing off. Okay, so baby, you go to sleep. That's a good boy. And I think I'll put the tree down here. And then I'm thinking I might find something that I can, I don't know whether to center it or put it down towards the bottom, and then make kind of like a little tree trunk and pot with gifts around it or something. Yeah, I think put it about there. I think that'll work.
go. He's sleeping. Please let him sleep. You know how hard it is to get that kid to sleep, so come on, buddy. There. I mean, this one's got one that's not quite perfectly angled like the rest of them are. Then who's ever seen a perfect Christmas tree? I haven't. Seen some nice trees, but not perfect. Even the artificial trees aren't perfect. So, here, just scoop off that. Take the glue off of it. There. And then just hold this down just for a second or so, and hopefully we'll have our little tree. And then, yeah, that's actually quite pretty. Turning it upside down to you again, aren't I? Yeah, I forgot. Don't turn things anymore. So, yeah, that's turned out quite pretty. So there's the two little boxes that will be holding the strawberry hullers, and I want to add something else to them too, like lace or bling or something. I haven't quite figured out what yet, and that's the hard part. I mean, I could take red stickles in, you know, in between the little flowers. I guess that might be one thing to do, but you know, they're both, well, one of them is the same age as me, and or just a couple years older than me actually, and the other one is 71. So I don't want to do anything that's, you know, too glittery and sparkly or anything. That's why I thought just a little bit of bling on it or whatever, and then I can, you know, put ribbon, you know, from corner to corner kind of thing like that. So anyway, that's my take on those little tiny chocolate boxes that had about, I don't know, I think I had maybe 16, if that, 10 or 16 chocolates in it. But I hope that my girlfriends really appreciate the fact that I ate them for them. And then they're getting something useful instead, you know, because that's better for them. One of them is diabetic, so she couldn't have had the chocolates anyway. And I bought them a couple of weeks ago, I think, when I went to the very first dollar store, and it took me a while to go through them, but they were good. They were really good. Anyway, well, I think what I'm gonna do, God, I'd love to be able to just keep on, all right, you, that's enough of that. Keep on videotaping, but maybe what I will do is I'll let you go, because this is going to end up being a very long video, is when I have finished everything on them, I will come back and show them to you. And that way I can just do a short video and show you what else I did to them. Because right at the moment, like, my brain had this much in mind to do to them, and I was not too sure about anything else. So I need to go through my ribbons and trims and things like that and see what I can put on them that will, you know, really give them a bit of a boost. And I mean, they look pretty cute this way, but, you know, they could have more on them, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, come on. There. It's a good thing this
glue dries clear. Okay, what did I do with Elmo? Or did Nico to Fred take Elmo? Oh, there he is. He's over there. What? There. I want that to stick. I may take some, I have a roll of pearl beads too, and I may take that and, you know, kind of go up here. I don't know. It kind of seems like it needs to go this way and this way, but I will do something with lace and beads, and then I will come back, maybe later today or maybe tomorrow. I will upload this video for you first, and then when I get the whole thing finished, I will come back and show you what they look like. Because, you know, these guys, one of them's bugging me because he wants something. He's going to lay down now too. But, you know, trying to work with these guys with bling and ribbon around is just insane. So I think that's what I'll do. Just let this part dry, and then, you know, because it's gonna take a few minutes, I think, for this to dry and totally stick down. And I need to go through my things. I want to find some kind of a little star that is maybe a 3D button or something like that, that I can find to put on top of the tree, and do something with this so that it doesn't look just so plain. But I don't want to do glittery stuff because I don't want them to get covered in glitter, not even Stickles. Neither one of them is a crafter of any kind. Both damn good cooks, but not crafters. I mean, I'm a good cook and a good baker myself, but in this place that I have the kitchen from hell, because I have no counter space whatsoever. I have like one little tiny counter that will hold my dish rack, and one little tiny counter that holds my coffee pot and a toaster. That's it. I have no room to do anything. And for me, my ideal kitchen has an island in the middle with all the plugins and stuff there, and all my baking stuff there, and I could bake till the cows came home, because I did that like when my kids were growing up. They had, or I had, I should say, one of those white garbage cans with the lids, plastic lids that fit on, and then the handles came up on the side of it to lock it down. And that, believe it or not, was given to me by my mother for my birthday. That's you know, how much she thought about me. Anyway, I didn't need a garbage can, but I needed a cookie jar, because I spent every Saturday baking for my kids. I picked that habit up from my grandmother on my dad's side, and from my godmother, who was an amazing baker as well. And the smells in the house when they were baking was, I used to go to my Grandma Mason's on every Saturday just to help and watch her bake. I loved it. It was my favorite day of the year, of the weekend. I mean, I loved being with her while she baked. And my godmother, I used to go over there in the summer times to be with my cousin Lorraine, her daughter. And I used to end up working in my great aunt's bread shack over there with her, and, you know, being with her while she was, you know, baking stuff and, you know, kneading bread and all that kind of stuff. And I learned a lot from her and from my grandmother Mason, because they both made the homemade bread and cinnamon buns and all that kind of stuff. And then when I had kids, I did the same thing when they were old enough, and it was like every Saturday was baking day, and every parent in the neighborhood knew where to find their kids, because every kid in the neighborhood knew I was baking. It's like, because my kids wouldn't leave home. It's like, what are you doing today, Mom? Baking. What are you making? Well, chocolate chip cookies for one thing, because I set the cookie jar is empty, and that garbage can was the cookie jar, and it was a good size. And every Saturday it got filled up with chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, oatmeal cookies, whatever. And then I'd do pies, and I'd do breads, and all sorts of stuff. And so my kids always, you know, had tons of baking stuff to put in lunches, you know, like I'd make their lunches, and, you know, with a regular lunch bag, they couldn't even close the bag because it was so full. And as they got older, I said, how about you guys try making your own lunches? And they're like, yeah, okay. So they'd slap a piece of bologna and some mustard or whatever between two pieces of bread, and that would be it. Well, when I'd make them a sandwich, it would be like this thick, you know, like, because I would put everything in it so that they had this great big huge sandwich, because they were growing boys. And then they would get, you know, dessert, and they would get fruit and drink and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, they couldn't close the lunch bag. So they, you know, on their way to school, their friends would say, your mom made lunch again, didn't she? And they go, yeah. And they would want to trade. My kids would go, not on your life. You know? So, oh well, that was one of the happier moments of life with them. Anyway, I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to get to work trying to see what I can find to go with these. I don't want to just leave you sitting here while I go off looking for things, so I will either just leave this and then come back, or I will upload this with the other one and then come back with a new one or the other. So I will talk to you later. Don't forget, creative clutter is better than idle neatness, and I will see you again. See you later. Okay, done. I finished both of them, and I thought I would just quickly come back on and show you what they look like. I'm really, really hoping, I mean, because let's see, when I look up in there, what am I seeing? Hot glue gun that burns me. Well, I'm not even going to go into the what if I look up there, because every time I've done that, it ends up showing up backwards to you. Oh, that actually burnt me. Bad. Okay, so this one I've done. I've gone all the way around it here with gold ribbon, and for the star on the tree, I had this bling, which is a star. So I put that on, and then out of those Victorian tags that I had, these ones here that had all the beautiful Victorian ones on it, I took one off that looked like a bunch of stuff under the Christmas tree and put it on. I've added little pieces of bling on all of the tree here, and I've done kind of the same thing with the little ornament. I've added little tiny bling in the colors of different things that are in there, and done that all the way through the whole thing, and that works quite nicely. And again, I used another sticker, and then with this one I went around it with pearls. I have like a string of pearls, so I just went around with that. I tried doing it with my glue first. The glue was very unsuccessful, so I had to pull out the hot glue gun, and I wish I hadn't had to, but I did. And I had to feed the cats at the same time because I wanted to keep them away from here with that glue gun on. So anyway, that's how my boxes turned out. They look nice. I'll see if I can bring this one up a bit closer to you so that you can see it. I'll do it both ways for you. Just to make sure that you see it, but I think sideways is going to give you the best view of what I've done, because it's so long. And this is the other one with the Christmas tree on it, and then the gold ribbon around the edges and around the bottom and top. So I hope you like how they turned out, and I'm sure my girlfriends will like them. So I will put their little gifts inside later today and stuff it with tissue paper and stuff. And now I think I may go work on Fat Fred for a little while just to zen out. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen. And give it a try sometime. Take a little box apart. Just, you know, any kind of little box. Like I even have this little tiny one that I have taken apart but haven't done anything with yet. But for small gifts, it's not such a huge cost to cover them with scrapbook paper or... And I know when we were kids, we used to cover everything with comic strips, so, or newspaper bags or whatever, and then color on them or whatever. But, yeah, give it a shot sometime. Go to the Dollar Tree, buy yourself some little chocolates, eat them all, and then make boxes for your girlfriends. Or you could leave chocolates in them and give them to your girlfriends. Unfortunately, neither of my girlfriends eat chocolate because one's diabetic and one just doesn't eat it. So this was a great solution. I got to eat the chocolates. Anyway, have a good evening. Love you all, and I will talk at you again soon. When I'm doing Fat Fred after I've finished uploading all this stuff, who knows? I may just slap the camera back on and do another video. I don't know. But I'm so happy that it's working now, so I just might. Anyway, have a good evening. Don't forget, creative clutter is better than idle neatness, and look at the gorgeous things you can make with creative clutter. Anyway, have a good day.